Hey folks, this is Sam Kendricks, your MC for this morning and this weekend. I'm here with our men's 5K champion, national champion, David Herron of Tennessee Aquatics. David, a good weekend. You qualified for the Pan Pac team competing in Tokyo soon and did that on Friday, and then now you pick up the championship here in the 5K. What was your strategy this morning and how did that compare to what it unfolded as?
My plan was just to draft as much as possible the first 2 laps, take it easy, and then just end that last lap, see if I could get ahead of everyone towards the end. It was a bit quicker than I was expecting, but it all went well.
It looked like down the stretch you had a lot of energy left, which is saying something coming off of your effort on Friday. Big kick behind you. I got to tell you, Eric Hedlund had a battle trying to get around you. He was trying everything possible to get by you. Could you sense where Eric was or where Brennan was coming down the stretch?
Yeah, I knew Eric was right behind me. That last 100 yards, it just kept looking to both sides, make sure he wasn't sneaking up on me, and just did everything I could to stay ahead of him.
What did you learn on Friday during the 10K that you were able to use today to your advantage? Whether it was course awareness, the finish, how you felt in general. You know, give these folks an idea of how you used that effort on Friday to help you here today.
On Friday, I knew that I had a little bit more in me than I picked it up a lot sooner on the last lap, knowing I could hold it. So I risked it again today and made my move a little bit sooner than I normally would.
Yeah, you took control of that race pretty good on that 3rd lap. We could tell that once you figured out where Brennan was, you picked up your tempo and ran him down pretty much. It looked not quite effortless, but you could change gears pretty effectively when the time came. Well, you've had a great weekend here. You pick up 2nd on Friday, a national championship today. You know, obviously that had to be right in your goal set. Speaking of goals, what is your goal now headed towards Pan Pacs and maybe Tokyo beyond? What lies in store here for David Herron over the next few months and year or so?
Well, I'm done with my collegiate swimming now, so my primary focus will be open water leading into next year's national championships.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, your 5K open water national champion, David Herron of Tennessee Aquatics. We're going to bring in our 18 and under national champion, Brennan Gravely of Sandpipers. Now, Brennan, you and I talked offline a little bit yesterday and talked about how this year has been a transition year for you as you ramp up coming out of your club career and hopefully off to the collegiate ranks soon. You know, this has been a real different approach. For those of you that aren't aware, Brennan has actually taken a year off to train with Sandpipers. I would say today the training looked like it paid off.
Yeah, I think at Sandpipers, our coaches do a really good job of preparing us for this event. I think we've done more training for open water nationals here than we've done in the past, and I think that paid off, and not only for myself but for my teammates.
When you talk about the type of training you did to prepare for open water nationals, what would that be specifically that you could share?
A lot of big distance sets, a lot of at least one 100K week, stuff like that, just big yardage. And not too many specific sets, just things like sets where we descend and just try to imitate what we would do in the 10 or the 5.
You know, I talked to Coach Ron yesterday, your head coach of Sandpipers. One of the things he talked to me is about the fact that the swimmers and the parents and the staff really follow a process for success at Sandpipers. They try and trust the process and build off success as age groupers as they come through the program. You've been a long time swimmer with Sandpipers. I remember when you were way down there. You know, seeing you grow into this this level that you're at now, it's been exciting to watch. What are some of the things that Sandpipers does well in terms of helping athletes come up through their program?
Well, I think we have a really positive environment that gives every athlete a chance to improve and build off their own ability, and I think we have a lot of opportunities to do that. A really good history of doing things like that, and we have a lot of coaches that support our athletes and just give them a good training environment to improve.
We'll talk about with you what we also did with our champion. What were you able to learn from Friday's 10K experience that you were able to bring forth in today's effort?
I think just to get to know a little bit more about each swimmer, definitely. I think you can be more aware after a 10K, watching guys like Taylor and David, who spend a lot of time at the front of the pack, and also just to conserve more energy. I think the biggest thing about open water is, regardless of how you swim in the pool, it's a lot about experience. And I think every time I get the chance to race, I learn a little bit more about conserving energy or when to go. and positioning and things like that. So.
And finally, we saw you really put the hammer down on that second lap as you took the lead and actually had a pretty good lead there before Herrin was able to run you down. Did you have plans at that point of the race? Was that your strategy, or did you just feel at the moment that was the time to make a charge?
Yeah, it was more of an instinct just to go. To be honest, I was really waiting for someone else to go. But as we came down on that last stretch there, I didn't really feel any movement, and I was on the outside, and I knew I wanted to be on the inside of the last couple buoys, or at least try to. And when I went, I had a little bit of space, and I just told myself that I'd just go for it and see how long it could go, and it worked out pretty well.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. He placed third today overall, but he is your 18 and under national champion, Brennan Gravely, Sandpipers. Great job. In 54:50.585, representing Tennessee Aquatics, Taylor Abbott. Here comes Taylor. Placing 7th in 54:50.546, out of Canada, John McKay. Once again, John McKay of Canada, 7th place. Placing 6th at 54:49.843, Hao Li Fan of Canada. Placing 5th at 54:40.975, swing unattached, TC Smith. Placing 4th at 54:40.167, representing Mission Viejo, Michael Brenniger. Placing 3rd at 54:32.866, your 18 and under national champion, Brennan Gravely of Sandpipers. Placing 2nd at 54:50.944, out of Canada, Eric Hedlund. Back effort by Eric this morning, closed quickly. And your 5K national champion, winning in 54:29.921, out of Tennessee Aquatics, David Herrin. Ladies and gentlemen, there they are, your top 8 finishers in the men's 5K Open Water National Championship. Let's give them a big ovation. Your champion, David Herrin of Tennessee.